Hi, good morning, everyone. I'd like to welcome you to NRF 2025. This is the Cognizant booth. We're super excited to start NRF this time. We just won the Retailer's Favorite Award, so big kudos to our customers, our partners, and our team for making that happen for us. You know, the theme that you will see at NRF this time is really the relationship between the brand and the customers is changing. It's transforming in the world of generative AI. And what you see at the Cognizant booth is how are we really reimagining these experiences from a customer experience perspective, from an associate experience perspective, from a partner experience perspective. But more importantly, how do you really bring these experiences together across channels in a very seamless way? You will see a lot of automation in the booth. It's all about productivity. Where costs are high, you want to bring those costs down. A lot of productivity improvements there. And a lot of focus on really being intuitive when it comes to the customer. Come to the Cognizant booth, and here you will see how we are reimagining and reinventing retail in the world of AI. All right, step inside and see the future of retail unfolding right now.
First off, I'd be remiss to not introduce our merch counter. As retailers, you know, the number one thing we do is get products to customers. And so what else would it be without a trade show, without some merchandise to give away to our customers? In more seriousness, you know, we've thought a lot about how do we actually enable customers to get goods and services more efficiently from retailers? And what we're going to show you in this booth today is exactly that. How do we remove friction? How do we improve experience? And how do we get these types of products in the hands of your customers as quickly as possible? Our first stop on the tour is our Cobot Testing Automation. This is for physical automation testing of various devices and services that you would have in your stores. And this is particularly important as stores introduce more and more technology. Ultimately, what you want to do is you want to have a seamless transaction every single time. And if you think about all these payment systems and terminals and customers interacting with more and more technology, the worst thing you can do is you have a customer that's about to buy something or about to make a transaction and they can't complete the transaction because something goes wrong or they get an error and then they're frustrated and they have a bad experience. So what we can do is we can automate the end-to-end physical testing of all the technology that you have in your stores and beyond to make sure that every single time you perform an action or an activity, every time you do a transaction or a sale, it works seamlessly every single time. And this really creates a good experience for the customer. And more importantly, we're testing some of the latest technology devices with some of our partners, in this case with Shopify, to make sure that we can use new technology, and as technology evolves and different stores use different things, it works the way it should. Next up, what you can see here is a virtual try-on experience. And again, you know, there are many shoppers who don't want to go to stores and they don't want to necessarily have to go through the pain, even if they're in a store, of trying on, taking off their clothes, putting on new clothes. And what happens is that creates friction and that creates a resistance of people wanting to go and actually purchase items, or worse, they buy items and they cost a whole bunch of returns, which adds cost to your business. What we've done here is we've digitized that try-on experience to allow you to digitize yourself and actually become the model. So you can actually see yourself in the clothes and in the style and in the look and in the fit of what it is the retailer is selling to ensure that that looks and matches your look, your feel, and your style. And as you can see from our model here, right now he's just standing here, but instead what he's actually doing is he's experiencing in real time what it looks like for him to try on different clothes in different locations. As you can see here, he's standing in Paris and figuring out how do I feel and how do I look in this suit that you can see on the screen as he goes and goes on his adventure. Our next stop here is all about returns. Returns has become one of the most challenging issues that exists in the retail industry today. NRF just recently released a report that said 17% of all revenue for retailers in 2024 will be returned, resulting in $890 billion in returned merchandise and goods. What we're doing here with our partner Returnalize is they have a platform that uses advanced analytics and generative AI to actually take and understand your entire sales profile and figure out what items are most likely to get returned and identify ways to reduce that returns upfront rather than trying to eliminate the returns on the back end, which actually costs more cost and waste. So by using their analytics, they can actually identify why there are fit problems, maybe where are things people are not liking the goods, maybe why there's a size issue, or maybe there's just a communication messaging issue, and they'll give you guidance, recommendation, and advice on how to tweak your sales profile for those items so that there's fewer returns, less waste, and ultimately less costs. But more importantly, a better experience with your customers because they get the thing that they want, it fits right, and they enjoy it right away. So we've talked about returns, we've talked about trying on, we've talked about purchasing, but the most important thing is you need to have the right items to attract the right customers to your store. And what's happening is more and more the inventory that you need in your store, the items that people desire, and the products that they want to buy are changing at a faster pace than ever. And what we've done here is we have a platform called Merch Insight, which we actually leverage SaaS, the application and analytics platform, to use the data that's coming from retailers to determine what's the best way to optimize your assortment so that you can target and reach the customers that appeal most to you. And so we can provide a lot of advanced analytics, just like with the returns, that say, these are the items that are selling, these are the items that are most desired, these are the items that are most important. And ultimately what we can do is optimize your entire inventory and assortment planning to make sure that you have the right things in the right stores when your customers come to purchase them and acquire them so that they buy from you and then they want to come back and keep buying more. Next up is our take on modernizing the self-checkout experience. Look, the fact of the matter is self-checkout isn't going away. Despite all the shrinkage concerns and issues that exist in the retail industry today, and some retailers backing off self-checkout, labor and workforce continue to be problems. There's shortages on skilled labor. There's the inability to get the workers that you need into stores. And the fact of the matter is self-checkout does remove that. But with all the concerns on theft, shrinkage, and loss, ultimately, there needs to be a better way. And so what we've done here is we've taken a self-checkout partner POS that we have here, and we've actually augmented that with additional video capabilities to really identify when there's potential issues with the self-checkout experience. Some of those can be accidental or unintentional, like double scanning or maybe missed scanning of something. And that's not intentional. And what we want to do is prompt the customer to say, did you really mean to do this? Is this the right thing? But in some cases, it can be an intentional bad actor. And what we want to do is catch those people in a more effective way than what we do today, which is you flash up a thing, put a red light, you have to stop the whole transaction. And we want to make sure that everyone knows if someone's doing something intentionally bad, they're alarmed. If someone's doing something accidentally bad, by augmenting the POS with the video, we can actually alert them and they can correct their mistake before they move to the end of their transaction and close the deal. Next up is our OMS Genie OMS demo. And this is an intelligent OMS solution that we've built on Google Cloud Platform for really optimizing the order experience for customers. And for those of you who don't know, OMS stands for Order Management System. It is the thing that orchestrates the entire flow of orders when they get processed in behind the scenes. And it is becoming one of the most important things of a retailer's experience because it's all about how do you get the right products to the right place for the right people. One of the most important trends in OMSs is really getting a must-arrive by date right. So when you go in and you purchase an item, more important than knowing, am I gonna get 2-day shipping or next day shipping or same-day shipping, you wanna know when am I gonna get that item so you can plan accordingly. And what our OMS engine does, and we built this with one of our largest retail partners, is it really makes sure that our must-arrive by date is correct every single time. So when a customer goes in and purchases the item, they know they can expect and trust that they're gonna get what they want when they want it from you, and they're gonna get the right thing at the right time. Our last demo here is all around sustainability. And sustainability continues to be an important critical trend, not just in retail, but in the world at large. And what we've done here is we've built a platform leveraging Microsoft Azure and their sustainability tools that integrates all of your sustainability data into a single place. Retailers have large store footprints. They have lots of energy usage, lots of lighting usage, lots of water, lots of power. And, it's often hard for that to be centralized and really get control over it. And so what ends up happening is there's a lot of waste in the system, which is bad for business and economics, but it's also bad for the world. And it's bad for a lot of customer bases that really care about that, especially when you look at some of the newer generations, Gen Z and Gen Alpha. And so what we've now done is taken all of your data from all of your devices and all of your stores across the world, allow you to see all the usage and all of the problems in one place and determine where the opportunities to optimize your costs, which means you can either increase your profitability, you can potentially lower your costs for your customers, or you can just make the world a better place.